Well, what happened to Chad and how it, had limited minutes, and how did that affect your game plan tonight?
Well, I mean, he hadn't practiced the last couple of days. You know, just dealing with a back issue.
Yeah.
So he tried to do the best he could to help us today. He was around yesterday in practice, trying to get back to the floor. So really appreciative of him giving the effort. It was a game time decision. Didn't know if he would play or not, but
Yeah.
wasn't anything disc wise, so nothing long term. But he just, he sprained it or had some spasms, and so wasn't able to do what he's capable of.
Bro, when they get out of transition, how hard is that team to defend?
Really hard, really hard. That was a major key. For the most part, we did a good job keeping them out of transition. A major key was, keep them in the half court. So in terms of our ball care and, making sure we get good shots, that was crucial for us. And we did it for the majority of the game, and they got away from us in a 4-minute spurt where they just showed great explosiveness, and we forced some things, try to get, some 8-point plays, some 7-point plays. We didn't keep chipping away at it, and it's kept bleeding.
Turnovers today, 16 of them. Do you think like the pace of play played a big factor in that?
I don't know. Some of them were unforced. Some of them was, just length and athleticism. So I'd have to go back and watch the film. Typically, we've been good taking care of the ball, and tonight we didn't do it. Or today we didn't do it.
Seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, that 4-point stretch you're talking about there, 4, 5, 6 minutes. The ball gets stuck. It's not moving. Is that when you guys get in trouble?
They went back from man to man in zone. They actually play the same zone we play, so we see it all the time. And I thought we got the ball in some good spots, and we didn't, maybe we didn't make the right decision, but there is length under the rim. So, long and tall athleticism. So you got to make quick decisions, make the right decision. And I thought 3 bad decisions hurt us. They converted on each of them. They made a couple threes and got a dunk. The game go from 4 to 15 in a snap of a finger. So, you know, give SMU credit. They played and they made the shots. We didn't do what we needed to do. We did it for 30 minutes, but it's a 40-minute game.
Anything else in the room? All right, we'll take questions from Zoom.
Coach, SMU led the ACC in rebounding going into today. You guys were able to really stop them in that first half. They only got 11, but what do you think changed in that second half that allowed them to kind of get on the boards a little bit more?
Yeah, I thought going into the game, transition defense and defensive rebounding was critical. And that's why I said we did a great job of doing that. And that's why the game was a one-possession game. But, you get to that segment and you ask the question, what happened in that segment. I think allowing them to get out and play fast in the open court, there's a lot more free rebounds, and particularly if you got them in the half court, you can account for every man. And so again, I think a few of our turnovers and a couple of our shots allowed them to get out and run free. So the rebounds, they had free reign to run in, send 3 guys to try to tip it out, and that's what happened.
Coach, when you have to play Jaden over Chad, just are there differences in the way that you have to then approach the way you want to play your offense, just based on the player, not necessarily on the style or the tenets that you have in your program?
I mean, I thought Jaden did a great job. He had his career high in minutes. He had his career high in points. Go in there and battle against those guys all night. They were sending 3 and 4 guys at him. So for him to stay out of foul trouble and have a, career high points and, play a career high minutes as a freshman in that type of game, I thought he did a great job. They are different. Jaden's more athletic, more quick twitch. And so the way we play, Chad has been a big part of our offense. We made some quick, adjustments to try to put Jaden in position to be successful. And I thought that he did a really good job in the minutes that he played.
Obviously, they got you got Cement there into some foul trouble. That switched a lot of SMU to the backcourt. It felt like, but just what were they presenting that allowed you to succeed in the front court so much, especially early on, and then just kind of how did SMU change things up and start working with the guards?
Obviously, we've spent a lot of time talking about post defense and keeping the ball out. So our bigs and our perimeters did a good job of digging the ball out of the post. So we didn't get hurt there. I thought the way the game changed was, Boopie Miller took control of the game, point guard. It's a savvy veteran. He just took control of the game, really started to be aggressive, really started to push the pace. He and Matt Cross, two really experienced guys. I thought they impacted the game the most. And I think Matt might have had a career game today, but Boopie Miller was a big reason for the tempo and the pace of the game change. I thought he did a great job of quarterbacking their team and controlling the game.
Was there a reason for Fred Payne's limited minutes today?
Not really, Fred went in. Every night is different. I mean, obviously, Deion Brown had his best game for us at BC. He had 20 points. Donald Hand had 23 points. So, it's just a matter of other guys who are playing good basketball. Fred's a, really talented player. He's helped us. He's another young guy, a freshman that's been unbelievable. But tonight it just wasn't his night. And, but he's done a great job for us.